Hello Caffeine Fiends and welcome to another coffee review for www.getbean.com. I'm Vince the Mean Bean Machine and today we're looking at Czar Street V.26 Seasonal Blend from North Star. So North Star, I believe, are based in and around Yorkshire. That might be wrong, but from memory serves me, that's roughly where they are. But they're a nice little roastery. I've tried some of their stuff before, and this was a gift. This bag, I believe, of 250 gram coffee was a gift, so I don't know off the top of my head how much it would cost, but I'll look that up for you and it'll appear on the screen about now. So 250 grams seasonal blend, so it's actually a mix of all the latest harvests from that period. And what I like about this is it gives you the kind of tasting palette for both as a black coffee and as a milky coffee, which is really nice. So it's a sweet coffee, supposedly, with fruit forward and juicy when served black, so fruity when black, and displays notes of creamy peach yogurt and amaretto in milk. So amaretto, I guess, is hinting more at kind of a marzipan sweetness. Sort of nice middle class way to say, yeah, marzipan, a bit almondy. But yeah, so it says, expect orange, tinned apricot and dark chocolate. Enjoy with or without milk. So it's Guatemalan Finca La Bolsa washed and Ethiopian Dahab Mesvin Natural together in a nice seasonal blend. So it should be diverse and quite distinct, I think. Orange, tinned apricots are very sweet and sharp, with a bit of bite, and then dark chocolate just to kind of smooth off those bitey edges as a black, and then more kind of amaretto and almondy, so a bit nutty with milk, which sounds quite interesting. So before we begin, I've got my standards of espresso, oat latte, and then water to cleanse my palate. So we'll have a little sip and then give it a go. Nice taste there. So when I opened the bag, it smelled very chocolatey. That dark chocolate definitely came through in the smell. But it says quite apricotty, orange and apricotty, tinned apricot as a black. So I've got it as an espresso. And that fruitiness is really coming through. Definitely getting apricot from the smell. So that might be quite a strong flavour. So we'll give it a go as an espresso. Yeah, so not as biting as I thought. Very smooth on the tongue. That orange kind of comes through nicely. It's a bit chocolate orange. It's slightly lighter than an orangey note, so I think that's where the tinned apricot comes in. But those flavours all definitely there. Not as dark as I was expecting, although it does say dark chocolate. Quite smooth and mild, actually, despite those flavours. But those flavours do really come through. Like I say, lacking that bite that I expected, but that's not a bad thing. I was just expecting more of a kind of acidic crunch to it. But quite a nice espresso, and I think for maybe beginner espresso drinkers or those who aren't often espresso drinkers, that might be a kind of a good intro way into espresso. But yeah, that orangeness really comes through. Orangey flavour comes through, but without the acidity, the real kind of bite. So it's quite nice. It's quite a refreshing kind of chocolate orange feel to it, which is very pleasant. So yeah, quite like that as an espresso. I think maybe as a black it would work quite well as well. A long black, it might kind of get more lost, more watered down, but that's speculation on my part. I like that as an espresso, a kind of quick, sharp shot of orange and chocolate. So let's see if those kind of amaretto notes come through in the oat latte. Yeah, that, I wouldn't say amaretto. Oh, it's a nice little, I was going to say that orange is kind of completely lost, but it's not. It comes through right at the end of that. So you kind of sip and go, yes, it's quite almondy. I wouldn't necessarily say amaretto, but definitely almondy. But it is too sweet to be too nutty. So yeah, that marzipan element, I guess, is there. And then that orange just seeps through right at the end, and you just get a little kind of uplift on the tip of your tongue. So quite nice as an oat latte as well, actually, but not as fruity. That almost cakey sweetness comes through. Yeah, and I like that as an oat latte. Very, very kind of not as nutty as you would expect, but that sweetness and does really kind of power through there. Not like immensely sweet, not too sugary sweet, but nice and kind of warming, I guess. Yeah, so really nice kind of bag of beans. I'll go away and have some thoughts and write them down. But yeah, like that. So that is from North Star, the Czar Street or Czar ST version 0.26. So in the meantime, do hit those like and subscribe buttons. Check me out on Instagram at the Vince Wood. Check us out on TikTok at Get Beaned Coffee. Yeah, and I'll go away and write down some thoughts on it. So just my final thoughts. Very fruity as an espresso, but not, too biting on the tongue, or, doesn't catch you at the back of the mouth. It's not too acidic, but it has a nutty marzipan element as you add milk, so as a latte, and then it's just got that little hint of smooth chocolate orange as an aftertaste. So it just kind of becomes a bit more diversified and has that little kind of, intricacy to it that I really like. So for me, that's a 4-star coffee from North Star. Do check them out. Do check out our other stuff. Like I say, hit like and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube or www.getbean.com. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all soon. Bye bye.